Have you ever considered buying new construction but didn't know where to start? Today we're going to talk about the 5 steps you should do before you consider going to buy new construction. Hi, my name is Trenten Ward. I'm a real estate agent with eXp Realty in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I release real estate related topics like this on a regular basis, so stay tuned for that. Step number 1, find you a real estate professional. Before you walk into these model homes, it's best to already have representation when you walk through the door. For one, if you go in these places and you see something you like and you want to move forward, you don't have anybody that represents you. It is you versus the builder. Their team of real estate agents and lawyers and all that. So you need somebody that's familiar with the process of buying a new home and can represent you on your behalf. This process can take a very long time depending on what the availability is and what your timeline is. You can move in 30 days or it could be years of negotiations that you would have to do on your behalf. So be sure to find your real estate professional before you go look at these properties. Step number 2, get pre-approved. Now a lot of these builders have preferred lenders. And the benefit to you is that they normally come up with some sort of incentives like lender credits. But you also need an apples to apples comparison to make sure that you're receiving a fair deal. You don't know if this interest rate is good until you compare your same situation with different lenders. So I recommend getting at least one pre-approval before going to look at these houses. For one, it lets you know how much house you can afford. And secondly, you'll have something to compare against once you go talk to these other lenders because they'll throw out all kind of incentives, but it might not be what's in your best interest. Step number 3, decide your move-in option. This will be largely based on the time you have allotted to this process and how customized you want the house. So if you need to move into something quick, you're not gonna have a lot of options. So you're gonna look for something called a quick move-in, right? So that's something that's almost ready to move in. It could be moved in 30 days or some short time frame. The con of this is that you won't have that many options to customize because the house is almost built, right? So the other extreme of that is a dirt build. Now, dirt build is where you go pick the plot of land that you actually want to build the house on. So as you can imagine, you can come up with whatever you want within reason of those builders' options. Now, the con side of that, if you don't have a lot of time for the process, you have to find something in between that meets your goals. Step number 4, find a reputable builder. When you're looking for this type of builder, you want to find someone with a track record of building multiple homes and servicing those people in those communities. You also want to look for the plans of the community. For instance, are there going to be parks or any other type of recreations, a community center, pools? Be sure to ask up front before you get into a contract if those things are important to you. Step number 5, consider your backup plan. When you finally find the house that you want and you sign the paperwork to purchase that property, depending on how far out the build is, you won't have an official closing date. And that's because so many things can change or go wrong during this process. We don't want to commit to something and then you have everything scheduled and then things go awry. So when you get closer to the finished product of a house, that's when you'll actually get a closing date. Now, if you're renting, you have to really consider this. Are you going to go on a month to month? Are you going to move in with family? What would happen if the dates don't line up with the end of your lease? So that's something you definitely need to consider. If you're selling a property, you need to speak with your real estate agent about the best strategy of when to put the house on the market so that you can move in, and how do you handle any overlapping in time frame from when you sell the property and when you move in into your new property. So if you found this content helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear any feedback, so drop a comment below and I will talk to you later. Peace. Oh, I think that's it. When you're looking for a reputable builder, step number 4, find a reputable builder. Step number 4, find a reputable builder. Step number 4, find a reputable builder. I hate that. Step number 4, find a reputable builder. I did it.